Hello all. In this class we discuss about the basic concept of network parameters, which is related to the networking and data communication related information in computer networking. So first of all, there are some components in a computer networking. It's known as hub. So it's basically a simplest and low cost networking and broadcast. The hub is basically simple and very low cost networking. Broadcast device works under physical layer of OSI model that connects bunch of computer together in a network, but it does lot of wastage of bandwidth, okay. So this is the basic definition of the hub, and hub is basically the centralized communication, okay. So like in our daily uses, is a USB hub. There are 1 2 3 4 4 5 6 7 8 9 USB port are available from this hub. So in the right hand side picture, this picture, so in this picture, this is a picture diagram of Netgear hub where 4 ports are available, 3 ports are available. One link is the main connection from the network, and there are 3 connection points using RJ45 port number, also known as LAN port. So this is a basic definition of hub. Now coming to the point of switch, and one thing should be remembered in a hub is a device which is basically work in a after the transport layer in the OSI model. And then we talk about now switch. So what is the basic function of switch? So it's not a basic switch, it's called the network switch. Lots of hardware are there and embedded processor inbuilt using either embedded technology or FPGA technology. So switch is a multicast networking device under data link layer. The data link layer is a OSI layer, one layer of the OSI layer of the OSI model, that is open system interconnection, that connects bunch of computers or devices in a network, in a particular network. So in a switch, basically the MAC address is basically used. To switch use basically the MAC address, okay. So if one computer sends the another computer, the data can be sent from one computer to another computer, then the MAC address is used in the switch. So switch is basically work in a data link layer and use the MAC layer, because we know that the MAC layer is used in the data link layer. So now we talk about the router. So it is not our home router, this is an intelligent router which is placed in a many ISP station or server station, which work is to routing the data using different types of algorithm, like a ad hoc on-demand distance vector routing, and there are lots of vector routing are available in this router. So router is basically the most intelligent device in the networking, because all traffic can be sent from one path to another path and using the shortest path via this router. So networking device work under network layer or of OSI model and use to connect 2 or more different network, not a computer, okay. So router is an interface between the 2 network, okay. One network is known as one LAN network and another LAN network, and between these one router is connected. So that's why router is known as the intelligent device, and router uses the IP address, okay. Now we see that there is differences between hub, switch and the routers. So it is work the physical layer of the OSI model first. So hub is work physical layer of OSI model, and switch work data link layer of OSI model. Router works in the network layer of the OSI model. Hub is a broadcast device, so it is a broadcast or centralized way. The star connection is available here. And switch is a multicast device, and routing, these are routing purposes uses and used to route the data packet. It is used to route the data packet. And hub is working principle is a hub duplex method, and this is a full duplex method. This is also the full duplex method, okay. And number 4th point is that the hub sends data in the form of packet, okay. And switch is a sender of data packet in the, not a packet, it's a sends the data in a form of frames, So what is the difference between frames and packets? In the later video will be discussed about that. In a packet, basically router also sends a packet. Basically in a packet IP address are used, and in a frames the MAC address are used. So, and the fifth is that it does not store any MAC or IP, so it is used MAC address and it is used the IP address. Now we talk about the gateway. So what is that? So gateway is a device that converts one protocol or format to another protocol or format. So basically these are entry and exit point of any network and does not support any dynamic routing facilities. Okay, so this is a typical diagram of Cisco or Netgear switch. This is a diagram of switch. Okay, this is actual router, this is not our home router. This is intelligent router which is placed in a network station or any ISP provider, okay, ISP or third party internet provider, because they route the data traffic from one place to another place. And this is some network symbol of is a router. This is a symbol of router which is used in networking. Students, this symbol is basically is very important when you draw the actual network. Okay, so router is basically signify this symbol. This is a symbol of switch. This is a switch, and this is a symbol of, yes, right, hub. Very good. Yes, right, this is a hub. Okay, so in a hub there are lots of ports. These are port. There is a number of ports are available. Okay, that's why this diagram is look like this, and this arrow shows that the data traffic can be flow any direction depending on the routing logic. And switch is basically the bidirectional flow to full duplex using the railing layer, because there is a no intelligent method are used or IP or intelligent algorithm are used in a switch to relay the packet. It's only placed in the router. Okay, so this is the basic definition. Now I show that one software is known as the Cisco Packet Tracer student version. So this is a Cisco Packet Tracer. Here lots of components are available. So first of all, this is known as the end device, and this is known as the security purposes, WAN, emulation, custom made devices, and here multi-user connection, and these are where basically where. And there are different types of routers. These are router 0, this is a router 1941 router. This is basically the different types of number. Okay, and these are the switches. These are the different purposes, switches for different purpose uses. Okay, and now these are generic blocks used in a, and this is known as wireless router, and this is our PC. If we use this, and there is a uses of generic server. This is a server, and if you use the analog telephone and TV broadcasting for tablet PC, there are smart devices also connected. So you see that the tablet PC is connected to the automatically to this wireless router, because both are the accessed by the DSCP protocol. And here you show that one properties, and here is just mouse or project here. Now see that there are lots of parameters are shown that the IP address is 192.162.0.100/24, which is a basically CID, classless interdomain routing, classless interdomain routing. So CID routing facilities and also MAC address are provided, and the DNS server. And for this Android phone, there are also the gateway ID and the wireless IP link IP also shown here. These are our server, so their properties shown here. So these are PC. So click here and change the property of desktop using different types of IP configuration. The IP is either static or DSCP. DSCP means dynamic host configuration protocol. Okay, dynamic host configuration protocol that assumes that the PC is automatically assigned its IP address. So basically in today's networking scheme, our home IP address is not a static IP address. If you want a static IP address, then you should be talk with your internet service provider, and they give you the static IP address, because we use the public IP address, and this public IP address is different when we restart our router. Basically in today's home network, in everybody's home, their wireless router is placed, and this is not a wireless router, this is known as the access point, whose default basic scheme is whose default IP address is 196.168.0.1. So basically, first the public IP concept is coming. This is provided by the internet service provider, our broadband service provider. This is fed into the using broadband cable, either optical fiber or Ethernet. Okay, and router incoming, the router gateway IP is this, and now our router is converted its own network ID, that is 162.0.say400 for our these were smart TV 192.168.0.101, this for our mobile, and there are lots of IP address are assigned for depending on the consumer appliances. Okay, so now first consider here the public IP. The public IP is different for different types of different types of ISP provider, and it changes when our router is restarted again. Okay, so now this public IP is converted to this IP that is here. Basically, this router is basically acts as a both gateway and the access point, our router, home router. Okay, because it's received the public IP and translate this IP to the its own broadcast ID. Our 192.168.0.1 is basically the broadcast ID or the router gateway IP of our home router or access point. It's known as the access point, and different types of IP are assigned for different types of appliances, which is used by the consumer. So this is a basic terminology. These are very important for the network communication, because if you don't get any concept about this hub, switch, router, you don't get any idea about how the data will be transfer from one place to another place in a networking. And their switch and router, there are lots of more complex hardware inbuilt. Then basically the embedded and the FPGA technology are used, so they have some separate motherboard and separate RAM also uses here, and to operate this different kind of traffic actions. Okay, so basically, and this is also the symbol. So in this video I just trying to make a video for basic understanding the different types of network component which is used in a computer networking. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.